Hi Auburn, I'm Danielle Willkens, and since I can't be there today, I'm tuning in from Iceland and hopefully sending a little bit of the cold weather your way. Thanks so much for having us for the Auburn Talks this year. Junshan and I are really looking forward to the opportunity to share our work, and we hope you enjoy. War Eagle. At an Auburn football game, nearly 90,000 fans can fill the stadium. Each of those individuals become part of the atmosphere of the game. They collectively provide the roar of the crowd that can drive a team to victory. 3D laser scanning works on a similar premise. Hundreds of thousands or even millions of data points are captured to create a precise three-dimensional point cloud. Scanning can be used to capture large buildings or intricate facade details, but it can also be used to capture treasured sites like Auburn's Toomer's Corner and elements of the landscape, recording for posterity the beloved oaks in April 2013. Working with anthropologists from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro in July 2015, 3D scanning was used experimentally as a non-invasive way to identify possible excavation sites in the Great Divide Basin of Wyoming's Red Desert. In Alabama, scanning and photogrammetry projects captured the hydro plant of a once bustling Langdale mill of the Chattahoochee Valley. And in 2012, Professors Lou and Charlene LeBleu began a research and survey project at Fort Gaines in Mobile Bay. In 2011, this Civil War battlefield site found itself in an unfortunate position on the National Trust for Historic Preservation's list of America's most endangered historic places. 3D scanning was a perfect way to capture the deteriorating fort. Operating for more than 23 years, with more than 180 built projects and 1,058 associated alumni, the Rural Studio serves underprivileged populations and brings thoughtful, integrated design practice to remote areas of Alabama. The distant and sometimes isolated location of works by the Rural Studio means that many of those who wish to explore and learn from the projects can only do so remotely. In order to add to the documentary record and potential analysis of the Rural Studio's 21st century approach to vernacular, particularly their work in Hale County, our Capture in Cloud project is underway to record a series of phased 3D point clouds as well as aerial and panoramic photographs. Together, these forms of digital documentation will be used to map a concentration of the Rural Studios projects and adjacent sites in New Bern, Alabama. Funded by Auburn University's College of Architecture, Design, and Construction Seed Grant and a Center for Construction Innovation and Collaboration grant, this ongoing project leverages several unique aspects of Auburn University's academic profile. During the course of several site visits in late 2015 through the summer of 2016, 57 scan stations were captured using a Leica ScanStation C10 high-definition scanner. This scanner captured point cloud data and raw photographs to record the site's geospatial and color data. 4K drone footage and high-resolution DSLR photographs were also used to bolster the detail of documentation. With such a large scanning region, approximately 3/4 of a mile long and over 500 feet wide in some areas, a Leica GS14 RTK GPUS unit was also used to accurately georegister the point cloud. With the main campus about 150 miles away, few conventional shops and entertainments nearby, and even patchy cellular service, the students of the Rural Studio find themselves entirely immersed in their environment and in an alternative manifestation of a study abroad experience. Although Greensboro was originally home to the program, the Rural Studios base has been at New Bern, Alabama since the 1890s Victorian-style farmhouse was gifted by New Bern native William Morissette. Over the years, the Morissette campus has undergone several changes. The Great Hall was added in 2003 as a multi-use platform for everything from meetings to meals to construction. The western edge of the campus hosts an ever-changing array of mock-ups, and a series of projects consisting of a greenhouse, storehouse, and garden are underway in hopes of making the campus largely self-sufficient. Since the studio has outgrown the super shed from 1997, a large fabrication pavilion is currently under construction, with plans for a new series of workshops to follow. Paired with aerial drone footage and planned photogrammetry exercises, the phased 3D scans from the Capture and Cloud project are digitally documenting these large works in progress at the Morrisette campus. As a large-scale undertaking that will dramatically change the landscape, circulation patterns, and areas of available shade on the site, recording the construction phases of the fabrication pavilion will give the rural studio the opportunity to study the larger evolution of the campus. For the Capture and Cloud project, the 3/4 of a mile stretch of Route 61 between the rural studio campus at Morrisette House and central New Bern in Hale County provided the ideal macrocosm for the digital documentation of Southern culture, economy, and architecture. Along this 2-lane road, there are several small and lovingly maintained churches, industrial ruins, active agrarian plots, forest, and residences ranging from 19th century farmhouses to 21st century trailers. The range of the scanner allowed for the documentation of not only work by the rural studio in the area, but also significant vernacular sites along the road that have never been formally documented for public record through measured drawings. Until the work of the rural studio, the downtown of New Bern consisted of only a small mercantile, a post office, and a defunct bank. In recent years, thanks to the rural studio, the town welcomed a new volunteer fire department, a town hall, and the bank has been converted into a regional library. This digital documentation project of the rural studio campus, works in New Bern, and the surrounding context raises questions about the existence and definition of digital vernacular. Is it the ubiquitous home design software found in big box stores offering novices the opportunity to craft with CAD? Or is it the ability to provide precise architectural modeling for projects outside of the mainstream? Despite the growing number of 3D scanning projects underway internationally, the primary commonality between the vast majority of these digital documentation and dissemination projects is that they record recognized and often protected objects and sites. Our project is interested in documenting and sharing the works of Rural Studio with a larger audience, but also with documenting examples of American vernacular. Building upon the documentary style of photography that Walker Evans used in his visits to Hale County in 1936 and 1973, the Capture and Cloud project focuses on recording work outside of the established canon of architectural record, and thereby affords architects, builders, and historians several new, measured as-built drawings that are complete with color and material data. The working methods, original research, and resulting graphics of the ongoing Capture and Cloud project not only present ways of using sophisticated technology for recording aspects of the rural South's historic and contemporary architectural fabric, but the project also aspires to facilitate new post-occupancy studies. With a 27-gigabyte database filled with 328 million points, the cloud may facilitate environmental modeling, as well as studies of structural performance and weathering, offering new and productive ways to use building information modeling.